What's going on, my friends? Today we're going to talk about how to build a bigger chest. This is a question that I get more often than not. A lot of people come up to me, ask me, how can I build my chest? And my chest, it sticks out a lot. It does. It's very noticeable. Probably my strongest, if not one of the top three strongest body part that I have. First thing is first is I like to simplify things. So there's upper, middle, and then lower chest, okay? So prioritize, please, especially if you're a male, the upper pecs, the upper part of the chest, okay? Upper part here, this. Yeah, you see men and women that have a chest, but it's really more lower. You don't really see much action up here. It's just weird. It's angled. It's like this, like a ramp going down. You don't want that. You do not want that. So prioritize the upper pecs. And from my experience as a coach is when in doubt, the upper pecs. When you're hitting the upper pecs, you're still working on your chest. Whether you're hitting the lower, the middle, you're still working your chest out. But you want to prioritize the upper because that's a really, more often than not, a weak point when it comes to the pecs. So how do you do that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some exercises that I recommend on how to just isolate the upper pecs. Prioritize incline anything, whether it be, let me name these in order, whether it be incline assisted. Maybe you have a machine that will assist you on the bench. That dumbbells with the seat at about 45 degrees or less, any angle 45 degrees and less, or maybe even 35 and less. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're on a bench, you don't want to have the bench too far up, because at that point you're just working your shoulders. You're up here doing shoulders. You don't want to do that. Prioritize the incline, like this. Maybe when the camera's out here, boom, incline. So puts more stress right there on the chest, alleviates stress on the shoulders. So do that. And lastly, in third place would be some bench, right? Get the barbell. You're doing incline benching. That's probably last. The reason is that when it comes to any barbell movement, I really try to do it as a separate day. Like I'm going to bench that day, so I'm going to be working on, just that, benching my chest. I got the incline. I'm not a fan of the flat bench. Shoulder injuries in the past, and just because of the angles is just way flat. If you listen to people like Dorian Yates, he'll tell you how he would adjust it, the flat bench, to give that angle, that incline, more of that incline, to alleviate pressure on the shoulders. Because it's, man, can't believe how many injuries have occurred or can occur because of flat bench. So it's cool, it's awesome hitting PRs, for social media and everything, but is it really necessary to build a big chest? In my experience, no, it's not. You can go without it. But I'm not saying don't bench. I'm not saying, hey, stay away from the bench. All right, don't come after me for that. But I am saying that there's other ways, other techniques. Like I said, the incline is fine. On my bottom of the list, any barbell movements, bottom of the list. But you could do that. That's fine. You could do that. Just no flat. Or do flat. Whatever. I'm just giving you my advice on how I feel about flat benching and chest movements in general. But anyway, so that's that. So I personally, I love at the gym that I work at, and then I work out at, we have the machine. The you can set up the weights on each side. It's a single arm as well, and it's on an angle, so you have the incline angle, going this way. Boom. And remember, don't not, fix all this when you're doing any bench movements, right? When you're working on chest, too much bend on the wrist right here, it's no good. Long term damage to the wrist, and then you start relying on the shoulder. Stop that, right? So fix it, kind of like even it out like you're punching, right? Like you're trying to punch, like that. Engage, back, little arc. See, the chest is out, and then boom, push up, push up. You could like to bring your head forward, and then like you bearing yourself, push back, bearing yourself. You can see the pecs moving now. See, boom, just like that. So that's my advice. That's my number one go-to. Man, I love that machine. I love it. I love it. Yes, I'm spoiled. It is 2022. We should be a little spoiled. We should be a little bit advanced when it comes to these, training equipment, to be honest, to minimize injury and to isolate, the muscle that you're working on to maximize hypertrophy, right? So I like doing that. So I like isolating the muscle. So with that machine, I'm able to angle myself. I'll adjust myself. I'll tweak it, and I'll do what I have to really feel it on the upper pecs. Make sure those are nice and sore. All right. So that's that. And then when it comes to the dumbbells, man, dumbbell movements just hit differently. They are old school, but they work. Old school works. So when I get on the angle with the dumbbells, like if you're really feeling the tension because you have to balance them out, obviously you don't want to be all shaky, right? I'm just giving you an example, but balancing them out and bring them forward. Boom, pressure, 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 pressure on the upper pecs. There we go. Chest in general has been worked, but really good for the upper pecs on the incline angle. So try that. And then, when we're doing barbell movements, like when you're working on the incline and you're benching, man, very old school method, but it still works. Try to put the bar right here, like really like up to your throat almost. And then from there, squeezing up and up, driving up. More often than not, I see people kind of like laying it center. Try to always be careful and watch yourself and watch your range. Always, learn with no weight. Please start off and learn the movement, the proper technique and form, right? Once you have that, you can start, increasing weight. But just because, it's a barbell, so be cautious with that. Once you learn the movement, again, then you can really set up the bar. Boom, right here, old school method where it works. Close to the neck, and then shoot up, right? So it's another great technique for growing the pecs. Again, primarily the upper pecs. And then also flies. Don't get me wrong, flies are good. We have the machines, and I'm sure your gym may have the machines where you could, play around with them. So what I like to do with the flies, and this is a bonus, by the way. So you grab the handles. You can, instead of having them sideways here, like we're doing a chest fly, we'll tilt them, we'll angle them, and then we'll squeeze. We'll squeeze, bring it down, squeeze, bring it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really adjusting myself. Maybe I can't do it here, but I'll adjust myself to where I feel it on the upper pecs, right? So you could do that. Really great. But yeah, so those are just some of my best techniques or recommendations, rather, to grow the pecs, primarily upper pecs. And other than that, to really just kind of end on a strong note, to build the pecs in general, you don't need a lot of variations as far as different exercises. You really just need to find the ones that work for you and really build on those, really hammer those out. Really, the pecs are just, I'm in love. I love chest. I love the pectoral muscles, but they're just, I don't know, like mishandled or not tailored to accordingly. Like these things need to get beaten up. Like you need to beat them up. Beat no form, no technique, right? But you need to really like put pressure on them. With any muscle stimulated to grow, but put pressure on these pecs. Don't take them lightly. If you want them to grow, you want them to expand and reach their full potential. As with any muscle, you have to work it. So I don't know. Maybe primarily I see that the pecs are being, I don't know, mishandled. So when it comes to pecs, remember, I'm gonna tell you this is, make sure that they're nice and worn out. Have your rep days, have your heavy days. Just make sure that you reach proper muscle hypertrophy, and then at the end of the day, you feel like, wow, like I'm beat. Like I couldn't even do one push-up. That's how beat up you want to feel at the end of the workout and stimulate your chest to grow, right? So, all right, just to recap, focus, when in doubt, focus on the upper pecs. You won't go wrong. It's gonna work your chest in general, but you want to really, 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 really have, some good pecs, right? Working a lot on the upper part. It's great. From my experience, from my point of view, you can take it as you want, apply it, don't apply it. It's just from my experience, what I see, what I've worked on personally and with clients, and it shows and it works and the results. There's a reason why people, will compliment you and say, hey, how can I get, a better chest? How can I grow my chest? Well, this is my advice. This is what I feel works, and yeah, give it a shot. As always, thank you guys. I love you guys for the support, and then continue to support. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, and share this video on this channel. It's a vibe. I'm giving you my input, and then we'll grow together. You give me your input. What do you think? Follow me on Instagram, please. That's where the party is at, on Instagram, at Jimmy_the_coach. It's a vibe, man. So again, until next time, let's go.